You are listening to What We Should Have Learned in School.
Circumstances creating our experiences a frightening world to live in. So we get more frightened and more insecure. It seems like it's something out of our control. As people begin to learn that it's our own thinking that keeps alive whatever we're feeling. For example, let's say I start worrying. If I don't know that it's being created by my own thinking, I'll keep thinking about whatever I think the problem is. And let's say I worry for an hour. When people don't know that it's their thinking, they keep thinking a lot. They do a lot of thinking. We innocently, all of us, we get caught up in our thinking when we don't know that it's our own thinking doing it. Now, here's what I'm seeing with people that I'm sharing this with all over the world. The same thing starts to happen. When people realize it's my own thinking that's keeping my worry alive right now, at some point you just realize, oh, wait a minute. Why would I keep thinking about this if it keeps making me feel bad? And people come back to the present moment. In the present moment, that's the only place we can find our well-being. It's the only place we can find resilience. Because when we're in the present moment, we're like little kids, and whatever we think flows through us, whatever we feel flows through us, we're very resilient. Without that understanding, we keep doing a lot of thinking. I can get angry, feel angry. I have angry thoughts creating that feeling. That's normal. If I don't know where it's coming from, I'll think it's coming from another person. So I'll keep thinking about them, what they did, what I should do about it, what it means, how to deal with it. And all of that thinking keeps creating more feeling. What kind of feeling? Tension, stress, upset. Innocently. It's all innocent. Why is that? We haven't learned that this is how it works. That's why I'm on your show, Amy. I want everybody to know this. People all over the world now are sharing this with their kids and with their grandkids, and as I'm doing now, and just living from that understanding, and it's reducing dramatically the amount of stress and worry and upset that people live in.
So are you basically kind of saying that this is all in our heads? Because I can imagine that there's going to be some listeners that say, well, no, sir, there really is this issue going on. This isn't all in my head. I'm not imagining this happening.
Thank you for that question. This is not denying that anything outside of us is happening and that horrible things don't happen and that difficult, challenging things don't happen. That's always true. But how we think about what's happening determines our experience. Here's a metaphor. Say you're driving your car, it's pouring rain, it's really hard to see. You're on an expressway, so you're going quite fast. You really need to have good visibility. Now, if you didn't know you had a windshield wiper, you're innocently putting yourself in danger. And by turning on the windshield wiper, which is allowing your thinking to flow, coming back to the now, you're not denying that it's raining. You're not denying that there's traffic. You're not denying that you have to successfully navigate this traffic safely. It's just there's never a downside to being more clear-headed in any circumstance. That's why they say, in case of emergency, stay calm. They don't say, in case of emergency, worry yourself sick. Why is that? We don't see as well. We're not as clear. We don't have as much common sense. which is available to anybody when they're clear-headed and in the now. And common sense is what we need to be able to deal with extremely difficult circumstance, any circumstance.
Mm.
So it's not denying anything. It's just allowing us to be more present to life without being so caught up in stressful thinking that burdens us and weighs on us. All right? No downside to being more resilient, to being clearer, to making better decisions, to having more common sense. And it doesn't mean being unfeeling. It means allowing it to flow through so we stay resilient. It means waking up out of thinking that's not being helpful to us or not necessary, falling open so we can use our minds more wisely and be more feelingful, more caring. So it actually allows us to feel our feelings even more directly without being frightened of them, without disliking them, without judging them. I feel stress, I get worried, I get upset. And if I know it's thought, it's just thought in the moment that in the now will flow through and pass. It always does, it always has. And if I don't understand that, I'll be like anybody else and I'll keep thinking about it and it'll keep alive those feelings. And then it starts taking a toll on me.
Yeah.
Like anybody else, we're all in this together, Amy. No one gets to escape being a human being and being a thinker and experiencing our thinking.
Yeah. So I want to make a clarification then, just for the folks that, again, may be thinking that you're still kind of talking about positive thinking, or, kind of sticking your head in the sand and saying, oh, la di da di da.
Yeah.
It seems to me you're not speaking about that. You're speaking about something much maybe deeper or fundamental to that.
If I'm caught up in my positive thinking and thinking about things positively, I'm still not in the now.
Mm,
That's not what I'm talking about.
okay.
It's not about trying to be positive. It's coming back to our natural state of mind that we're born into, where every thought and feeling is free to come and go naturally. So we're not denying, we're not avoiding, we're not fighting, we're not judging our experience. That's what well-being is, being comfortable in the face of these experiences, understanding them so that they can flow through, which allows us to stay present and clear and have all the common sense we need to deal with whatever is going on in our life.
I really encourage you to check out the full episode. All you have to do is click the box on your screen right now, and you'll have access to that full 50-minute video where Dr. Bettinger speaks about what does it really mean to stay calm during a crisis. I also ask him to elaborate with us on if there's a link between us worrying and caring, because in my experience, it's kind of like if you're not worried about your loved ones, then you're not really showing that you care. And he had a really interesting response to that. And lastly, the full episode goes into the question I asked of also getting along with family members that you may be now in really close quarters with all day long, because most folks are at home at this time. So I really encourage you to check that out. I also encourage you to share this particular clip with someone that you know. If you can think of one person that could really benefit. My name is Amy Leo. You have been listening to What We Should Have Learned in School. Until next time, stay curious, take care of yourself, and keep rocking.